Much of the time JD Vance has spent as Donald Trump's running mate can be summed up as cleanup on aisle 5, explaining past comments he's made in particular about women. I mean, it's become a weekly routine at this point, if not even more often. Take a listen to this recording from October of 2021, which was first obtained by Heartland Signal and reviewed in its entirety by NBC News. Of Vance talking about American teachers who don't have what he deems as children of their own, including the head of the teachers union, Randi Weingarten.
And I think our conservative idea is that parents and families should determine what children learn, what values they are brought up with. You know, so many of the leaders of the left, and I hate to be so personal about this, but they're people without kids trying to brainwash the minds of our children. And that really disorients me and it really disturbs me. Randi Weingarten, who's the head of the most powerful teachers union in the country, she doesn't have a single child. If she wants to brainwash and destroy the minds of children, she should have some of her own and leave ours the hell alone.
Joining our conversation is the aforementioned president of the American Federation of Teachers, Randi Weingarten. Randi, I know you are no stranger to strange attacks against you, but I mean, broadly speaking, it seems to be saying you can't be an effective teacher unless you are a parent yourself, which is crazy on its own, but he does name you there, so I wanted to get your reaction. I appreciate you being here.
So, Jen, it's just, I mean, if it wasn't, you know, so insulting, and if we didn't have such a divided country where people take seriously what he or Donald Trump say, it would be ridiculous. But, you know, you just like sit there and say, whether it's, you know, Catholicism or Judaism or any of the religions or not that many of us believe in, teaching children is one of the most important things we can do, regardless of whether we are parents or not. And frankly, you know, I'm delighted, I'm blessed that, you know, Sharon has 2 kids and, you know, I consider them my kids now, and it's wonderful to have a big family with lots of nieces and nephews. Somebody doesn't have to be a parent to be a great teacher. And in fact, so many teachers in America, so many nuns in parochial schools are fantastic teachers who teach compassion and caring and critical thinking and context. So this whole, it's nonsensical, but what it does in this age of disinformation and misinformation, it just makes the job of teaching and learning, the connection between parents and teachers and kids, it makes it harder. And that's why it's gross.
It is so gross. I have 2 kids in elementary school who just started school this week. I could not be more grateful for the teachers in their lives. Let's turn to just a more positive.
I mean, you have to create that connection.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he does this as a vice president, I mean, he did it as a candidate for Senate. Okay, he shouldn't have done that. But as a vice presidential candidate, it has impact. And it's the beginning of school. So why, as a public figure, he should be taking more responsibility? I don't care what he says about me, but don't do this to every child and every teacher and every family in America. Sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry with me. I agree with you 1,000%. He also has an obsession with women who don't have kids. Like, get over it, buddy. Exactly. There's other things to worry about. Okay, let me ask you on a more positive note. I know you were at the DNC last week in Chicago. Talk about what it was like. There seems to be a lot of enthusiasm among teachers out there for the Harris Walz ticket, especially Tim Walz as a teacher himself. You could see him in that classroom. He felt very at home.
You could see him, you know, I was watching your show. You could see him in the Georgia classroom because he's a high school teacher. He's a high school coach. He's, you know, he's led, you know, clubs like the Gay Straight Alliance. So this is what teachers know. When they see one of their own who's treated seriously, with respect and dignity, and is honored in this kind of way, it just opens up our hearts. Teachers have been dissed for so long for all these political reasons, not on a local level. We know lots of teachers are beloved on a local level, but because of the funding of public schools and because it takes a lot of money to fund a great education for all kids in America, you know, teachers get dissed a lot. So when you see a Tim Walz and when you see a Kamala Harris picking him, it says a lot about opportunity, and it says a lot to teachers about who we are and what we represent. And like even the things like you can deal with adults because you can do lunch duty. Every teacher in America who has done lunch duty, every para who has done lunch duty, we understand exactly what that means.
No question. Lunch duty seems harder than what most of the rest of us do. Randi Weingarten, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We're taking a quick break, but we'll be right back.